You're tuned into Capital Jazz TV. I'm your host, Jodine Dorsey. We are on the Sweet 16 Capital Jazz Super Cruise. And not a stranger to Capital Jazz, but your first time on the Super Cruise, right?
First time on the Super
First time, Adi Oasis. How are you, Adi?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. It's so good to see you again.
I'm so happy to be here.
And how are you enjoying the Super Cruise?
I'm loving it. We just were talking about the fact that the ship is starting to move a little bit.
Yes.
You would forget. I have moments of forgetting that I'm on a boat. Today is not one of them.
Yes. And the sleep that you get from the ship rocking back and forth is incredible.
It's great. And the sleep that I needed was exactly that.
And let's talk about why you need some sleep, mommy.
Because I'm a mom now. I just had a baby.
Yeah. How does it feel to experience motherhood, to give birth, I mean, this is a moment
sure you really want me to talk about giving birth?
Yes.
No, I'm going to skip that. I'm still recovering from that. It was 5 months ago, so my little girl's going to be 5 months in 2 days. It's just been amazing. This is actually my first show after giving birth.
Wow.
So this is a big deal. I will always remember this.
After you've given birth and you haven't been singing a while because you've been changing diapers and breastfeeding and doing what you have to do.
Yeah.
When you got back on stage, did you have to get on the bicycle again or do something with your voice? Was there something you had to do to kind of get to it?
I mean, I started exercising for conditioning for my lungs, and I'm also obsessed with fitness, so I got back to it a little too early, so I won't tell you when. But it's more of the mental. Now, after performing, I realized how difficult it had been for me last year performing pregnant, because I toured up until 8 months of pregnancy.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. And it's just, I don't know. I just have this, I'll dive into the album directly because this is a good segue, because what I was really, really honestly thinking is I wrote an album telling my story and centering it around stories of women and from motherhood, because I talk about my grandmothers in it, and it's just my story and inherently the story of a woman, right? And I fast forward a few months later, I'm touring the world promoting this album, and I'm pregnant in the most feminine state that I've ever felt, the most vulnerable, and it's just incredible how life had this planned for me, and now I get to sing the songs as a mother.
And the album is called Lotus Glow.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, and why the name of that album? It goes into the whole motherhood.
Lotus Glow is representation of my evolution as an artist and as a woman, and I felt like when I wrote this album was at a culminating point of me finding my stage persona, my stage name, my artistry, my songwriting, my bass playing, at a stage where I feel like I have all the pieces in place to start really blossoming and sharing that glow to the world.
And it's crazy because when we were talking earlier, you were telling me that you released the album and you started touring. You got a point to where you were touring, if I'm not mistaken. So that's where you wanted to be as an artist, but then you also got pregnant at the same time. Yeah. So everything happened right at the same time.
Yeah, and that was a lesson I learned. Is I'm big on manifesting, and I've been manifesting these things for basically my whole life. I've always wanted to be a mother. I've always wanted to. This is really the album that I've been dreaming to make for so long, and it took me a long time to have all these pieces in place, right? And turns out I got both at the same time, and this is the lesson here: is you hope for things, you manifest, you pray on things, and you don't get to choose when they happen or how. And in this case, it was probably bad timing, because I was never hoping to tour pregnant, but it was excellent timing. It was divine timing, and that was the calling for me.
Can I tell you how gorgeous you looked on stage, showing your belly to the world and letting everyone know that you were entering this phase in your life? It was beautiful to see.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was definitely beautiful to see. So I wanted to also ask you about the single for Serena, because Serena was also going through her motherhood while you were going through, her pregnancy while you were going through yours. And you kind of got a little... I wouldn't say obsessive about it, but you were kind of like sharing the world, sharing with the world your fascination of Serena.
Serena hasn't put a restraining order on me yet.
Wow.
I'm kidding. Yeah. Serena, I love you. Let's be friends. Play dates, girl. No, I've always, listen, there are many, many black women out there that I admire, and Serena is definitely at the top of my list. Because I've been watching her. She started so young. She became so popular. She was 17 years old, and so I was a child, and I remember seeing her and admiring the strength that she exuded on the tennis court. Tennis is such I'm a big fan of tennis. I should have started there actually, and we've watched her get we've watched people try to beat her down, try to put her down.
That's right.
And she always kept her head up, and the biggest revenge that she could take was to win. And tennis is this objective thing where you won the match, you're the winner, baby. You won. And we've been watching her win. No matter what they've been trying to do, she's kept on winning and winning. And she was being put down because she was a black woman. It was a racist system that was that was refusing to appreciate her and see her for who she was. I was also huge on, lost my mind when she won the Australian Open pregnant.
Yes.
And then fast forward, I'm singing about her, doing things while being pregnant, while I'm performing being pregnant. It was just this amazing full circle moment, and we happened to be pregnant at the same time.
I love that. For you. So you're touring now.
I am. I'm back on. Yeah.
You're back on the road.
I just had a little bit of anxiety when you said that.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
No,
you get to go home though and be with the baby for a little. Yes.
No, I'm just started. This was my first show, and I'm going to start touring again.
Start touring again. Yeah. How do you think how's it going to be so different? Like, you were touring before while you were pregnant, but now you have a baby. Like, is the baby coming on the road with you?
She's coming.
She's coming with you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It will be it definitely will be easier on stage with the baby not in my body. That's for sure. But yeah, I'm gonna take her around. We're touring France, which is where I'm from, and she's gonna come with me. We're doing the West Coast. She's part of my life, and this is her life. Yeah. She's going to be the child of a performing mother, and she's gonna see the world, and it's gonna be her reality.
Do you see a future of her in music, or what do you see? When you think of her, what do you see her?
When I think of her, I'm thinking of her sleeping through the night so that I can sleep through the night. And that's as far as I'm going so far.
That makes all the sense. I completely get it. Yes. And this is why she's here on the SuperCruise, because she gets to sleep, right? She gets to sleep here uninterrupted. So that's fantastic. How do people keep in contact with you?
All socials I'm on. I actually run my own Instagram, so if you write me a message, I always try to respond. I've actually formed friendships with fans and stuff. I really love doing that as much as what's possible. But it's at Oasis on Instagram, same on TikTok, and my website is addyoasis.com.
And I almost forgot this. I was getting ready to wrap it up, and I'm looking at our producers, and I have to apologize about this because I have to ask one thing, because this was special. You manifested something here on the SuperCruise. Can you share what you manifested? Because when we watch this tape next year, I want to be able to say that she told me this was going to happen.
Oh, I'm coming back.
You're coming back, and you're winning.
What?
And you're going to win.
What am I winning?
You're going to win an award.
Oh, a Grammy?
Yes.
Oh, I said that for next year? I'll take it next year. Yeah.
When we watch this tape again, when we see this online, we're going to see that she's won a Grammy, and I could say, oh, yeah, she told Jodine that on the SuperCruise.
I told you a lot of things that actually happened. You're right. You're part interviewer, part psychic. Yeah.
We're here for it.
We're here for it.
We are here
I
for
think
it.
Everything I want, I should sit with you and
tell me.
That's how it will make.
Yes.
It will happen.
It will make sense soon.
But yes, I would love to come back here and play maybe 2 shows next time. That'd be cool.
We're gonna make that happen. Lotus Glow is the album.
It is.
You could stream it, download it, purchase it wherever you buy your music.
You can buy the vinyl, and that's a. I'm
I
saying that
love
for
that.
myself, but for artists in general,
Yes.
because streaming doesn't really pay.
Yes.
But I'm very proud that we made this album in vinyl. It's just so nice to have like a physical copy, and you
And
can order the vinyl
From
on
where,
my
your
website. Yeah.
Okay. Oasis.
.com.
There it is.
.com.
Please make sure you support. Please make sure you check out our show when she comes to your city. It's a different persona when you see her on stage with her bass.
I'm less nice.
That's all I'm gonna say. Thank you so much for being with us on the Super Cruise.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oasis, Jodine Dorsey. You're tuned into Capital Jazz TV.